Welcome back inside the STN studios in downtown Phoenix for Project Greenprint, a show brought to you in partnership with Local First Arizona. I'm your host, Kristen Keogh. Let's go over our mission statement here on Project Greenprint. Our mission is to serve as a starting place to discuss environmental threats and community needs, empower you with data and the latest information on sustainability innovation, and help you rethink your habits so you can be part of the solution through action. Now, in our last episode, we learned where Arizona's energy comes from and ways we can conserve that power. Today, we're continuing that discussion by taking a closer look specifically at solar power. Let's go over some of the latest data compiled this summer by the Solar Energy Industries Association. So right now, about 8% of Arizona's electricity is coming from solar power. Total solar installed is about 5,247 megawatts. Now, that's enough solar to power 810,751 homes. There are 315 solar companies in Arizona. That includes manufacturers and developers. And these solar companies, they are producing 7,346 jobs right here in our state. Now, to learn more about homeowner interest, what people are doing as far as trends and with all of these houses, all of these new people living in Arizona, and to find out more about the logistics behind getting solar panels put on your home, we're joined by Jake Bastian. He's the CEO of Icon Power. Jake, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Well, we are in quite a housing boom here in the Valley, and I'm curious to know, what has that done for your industry, and are people getting homes here choosing solar?
Yeah, I mean, it's been definitely helpful for our industry. It's a high growth stage right now for us. Obviously, there are a lot of home sales, home values are going up. One of the things, the most common questions or even concerns we get when people, before they go solar is, hey, you know what, I'm gonna move in a year, and that just doesn't make sense for me right now. We're saying, okay, fine. But with all the home sales, people moving in, one of the first things they always look for is, getting their home settled, taking care of all the bills, getting them set up. And a lot of times they just want to say, hey, let's get solar now, get it set up. And so with more home sales, it's definitely increasing the amount of solar sales as well.
It's great to hear that people are choosing to go this route as well, because a couple reasons. They want to save money, of course, on their energy bills, which we'll talk about, but they want to make an impact environmentally. Yeah. What kind of impact can people make when they go this route?
I mean, it's going to drastically reduce carbon emissions. If you think about it, though, we just talked about all the new people moving into Arizona. That means new homes, that means more power usage, and what that means ultimately is they're going to need more power from power plants wherever they may get it, and oftentimes that's either coal, natural gas, nuclear. But if new people are moving in and getting solar, that means that reduces the need to build additional power plants, and it makes it more distributed, and so it makes the grid more, more sustainable, and just rather than being centrally located, the power goes out here. It can just kind of help stabilize the grid, but it definitely helps reduce pollution and reduce carbon emissions as well.
Now, take me through the process. If I were to get my whole house done with solar panels, what does that look like? Is there a consultation? And then how long does it take to actually do the install?
Yeah, so every home's different, right? Every home has different energy usage, roof space, shading. And so what we do before we someone gets solar is we'll take a look at their bills, take a look at their roof. We'll figure out, okay, this is how much energy you use, how many panels do you need, where are they gonna go? Is that going to save you any money, or is it going to fit or not? And if it's a great fit, we can walk them through the process. We then do a kind of evaluation on their roof, get some measurements. Then we'll come back and show them exactly where the panels will go again, just to confirm. And then we'll take care of the permitting for the city, the utility approval, and basically we'll take care of the whole process for them. So it's pretty simple for them.
Yeah, that approval process could be a little overwhelming to think about, but this is normal for you guys. You guys have done this a million times, and you know that process, and everything is pretty seamless for you.
For sure.
I'd love to know a little bit more about the cost, because I know that you can save on your energy bill, but how are people affording this? Is there a tax credit? Is there a lease option? How does all that work?
Yeah, so the cost can be high. An average system total cost could be $20,000 to $30,000. In the past, how that worked was most people would have to fork out the entire amount up front, and that just really limited the amount of people that could do that. How it works now, though, is they finance the system, we're actually going to pay to have the entire system put on the home at no cost at all. And so there's literally zero out-of-pocket expense up front. Obviously, they're still going to have a monthly payment after the solar is installed, but they already had a utility bill beforehand. And so let's take, an average home, say they had an average bill of $200 for their electric bill before solar. We're going to install solar on their home. Maybe the average solar system cost is, say $100 a month for the solar payment. They may still have some fixed fees or some small bills to the electric company. Maybe that's anywhere from $20 to $50 a month, depending on the home and the roof and everything. But now their combined bill with solar and electric combined could be, $130 to $150 or so, rather than the $200 average they used to pay. And so they don't pay any money out of pocket, and they're starting saving money day one. And that's why you're really starting to see a boom in solar and people, because they want to get cleaner power.
Exactly.
And why not get it for cheaper?
And I was going to ask you about those savings on the bills, but you cleared that up. You can immediately start to see that difference on your bill, on your
day
electric
one,
bill. Okay, great. Now, it can also add value to the home as well, which is something we all want.
Sure.
And I take that back to people being interested. People want to buy homes more commonly that are solar powered.
Yeah, for sure. If you look at the two homes, one has a lower bill, which one are most people going to choose? But at the same time, you're also getting an asset on your home that as you make your payment every month for solar, which by the way is fixed, unlike your electric bills, which may or may not increase that you don't have control over, this is a fixed payment. And like your mortgage is getting equity in the asset every single time you make a payment. And so every month you're getting equity in the system, which is an asset that adds value to your home, and you're paying a lower payment at the same time.
One of the reasons why people that I've talked to are hesitant about going solar is because there've been some bad experiences that we've all heard about. What are some things people should look for when they are choosing a company to work with? I mean, these people are coming and actually installing something on your most precious thing you own, your house. You don't want this to get messed up.
You're right on. This is a long-term commitment. This is your house. You don't want to screw up your house. And so like you just said, I think the number one thing to look for is honestly integrity. Making sure that you trust the person that you're dealing with, that you're getting proper expectations on what you are getting, what you're not getting. And then another thing I think to look for is, like we just said, this is a long-term commitment. There's a lot of solar companies in Arizona, and a lot of them actually are sales organizations. They make the sale, and then they work with the contractor to install the system. And so you're really working with two different companies.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. But at the end of the day, the long-term relationship is with the contractor, where initially you may be dealing with the sales organization. And so you really want to find out, okay, if I have questions in the future, if I need service, anything like that, who am I calling? Am I calling you, the sales rep or sales company? Am I calling the contractor? And you really want to, it ultimately is going to be the contractor because they're the one that's installing the system. And so I think you just want to look for integrity, look for making sure you understand who you're dealing with and have a relationship with the contractor as well. To make sure that you're getting what you expect.
Great information. Now, before we go, just let me know where people can learn more about your company, Icon Power.
Yeah, check us out. iconpower.com is our website. You can from there you can look at a lot of information about solar. You can submit your information to get a free estimate. It doesn't hurt. At minimum, you should check us out. See if it's a good fit for you. If it's not, no pressure, no big deal. We're not going to hound you. But if it is a good fit, then hey, why not?
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time, and thanks for what you're doing in our community, helping people make a difference.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.